Hello, science fans! Think about the last time you bought something. Maybe it was a new phone, a cup of coffee, or even just a snack from a vending machine. You probably thought you made a very smart choice, right? You considered the price, you thought about what you needed, and you made a logical decision. We all like to believe we are in complete control of our minds, acting like super-rational computers. We see ourselves as captains of our own ships, steering through the sea of life with logic and careful planning, making the best possible choices for ourselves every single time we have to decide. But what if I told you that your brain has a few secret tricks it plays on you? What if the choices you think are so smart are actually influenced by hidden forces you don't even notice? It turns out that humans are not as logical as we like to believe. Consider this. You walk into a store to buy a television. You see three options. One is cheap, one is expensive, and one is priced right in the middle. Most people will gravitate towards the middle option, thinking it offers the best balance of quality and price. But what if the store owner intentionally placed a super expensive model there just to make the middle one look like a fantastic deal? Your brain isn't just comparing the TV to your needs, it's comparing it to the other TVs right next to it. This is a powerful hidden force called relativity, and it affects almost every choice we make. This doesn't mean you're not smart. It just means your brain uses shortcuts to make decisions faster. These shortcuts are often incredibly useful, but sometimes they lead us down a path of predictable mistakes. The good news is that once you see these patterns, you can start to recognize them in your own life. You can learn to pause, think, and ask yourself, am I really making a logical choice, or is my brain just following an old familiar script? Let's explore some of these fascinating scripts together. So, if we aren't perfectly rational, what are we? A brilliant scientist named Ariely calls us predictably irrational. That sounds complicated, but it's actually a very simple and powerful idea. It means that while we might not be logical, our mistakes are not random. We make the same kinds of mistakes over and over again in a very predictable pattern. It's like our brains have a secret code, or a hidden operating system that guides our choices. This operating system has some funny little bugs in it. Human bugs, not computer ones. Let's say you are offered two kinds of chocolate. A fancy, high-quality truffle for 15 cents. A standard, everyday Hershey's Kiss for 1 cent. Most people would likely choose the fancy truffle, thinking the small extra cost is worth it for the better quality. Now let's change the prices just a little bit. What if the fancy truffle now costs 14 cents and the Hershey's Kiss is free? Suddenly, almost everyone flocks to the free chocolate. The price difference is still exactly 14 cents, just like before. But the word free short-circuits our rational brain. But when something is free, the fear of making a bad choice disappears completely. This is why you might grab a free pen at a conference, even if you have 10 pens at home. Have you ever tried to sell something you own, like an old bicycle or a piece of furniture? You probably thought it was worth a certain amount of money, but when you tried to sell it, potential buyers offered you a lot less. This is a perfect example of what scientists call the endowment effect. As soon as we own something, our brain starts to overvalue it. We focus on all the good things about it, the memories we have with it, its unique features, the pain we would feel if we lost it. We feel its value emotionally. A buyer, on the other hand, doesn't have any of those emotional attachments. Scratched paint, worn-out tires. Potential costs of repairs. They are looking at it from a purely practical and financial perspective. Because of this, the price you think is fair feels outrageously high to them. This gap between the seller's price and the buyer's price isn't about greed, it's about the psychology of ownership. The simple act of owning something changes how we perceive its worth. It infuses the object with personal value that no one else can see. Our expectations also have a powerful magical effect on our experiences. Imagine you are going to a fancy restaurant. Your friend tells you the food is absolutely incredible, the best they've ever had. Because of that expectation, when you taste the food, your brain is already prepared to love it. Our brains operate in two very different worlds. Think of social norms as the warm, fuzzy rules of friendship and community. When you help a friend move their couch, you don't expect them to pay you. You do it because you are friends. Market norms are the cold, hard rules of money and business, transactions, costs, benefits. Imagine going to your mother-in-law's for a big holiday dinner. She spends all day cooking a delicious meal. After you finish, you pull out your wallet and ask, "This was wonderful. How much do I owe you?" That would be a disaster. By offering money, you apply market norms to a social situation. You replace family gratitude with a cold financial transaction. Much better, say thank you and offer to help with the dishes. The lesson: be aware of which world you're in. With friends, family, in your community, operate on social norms. Be generous, be helpful. Don't keep a running tally of who owes whom. In business contexts, it's okay, even necessary, to operate on market norms. Tip: think carefully before introducing money into a social relationship. Once you put a price on a friendly favor, you can change that relationship forever, and it's very difficult to go back to the way things were before. Throughout our journey, we've seen that the human brain is not a perfect, logical machine. Awareness is your greatest superpower. Consider this.